What if I told you the world's biggest porn platform isn't trying to be a porn platform? And what if the banks, governments, and creators themselves don't believe them? The biggest mystery of the creator economy isn't TikTok or YouTube. It's OnlyFans.
I'm OnlyFans. OnlyFans is me.
Can a platform built on explicit content ever escape its own success? That's the question we're answering today. What do a cliff diver, a pop star, and a porn actress all have in common? They're all making money on OnlyFans, and that's exactly the point. OnlyFans is not where you go to get famous. OnlyFans is where you go to get paid. What's so revolutionary about this platform is simple. You can pay creators directly, and you know that money is going straight to them. No middleman taking the lion's share. And the numbers are staggering. OnlyFans has emerged as the biggest and most interesting of these subscription-based creator platforms. They've paid their creators more than $20 billion. 20 billion. They've got 380 million users, which is more than the entire population of the United States. Their revenue sits between $1.2 and $1.4 billion, with profit margins around 50%. That's the kind of margin that would make tech giants jealous. But behind the payouts is a darker side. The overwhelming majority of content is adult material, and despite OnlyFans' claims of rigorous oversight, the platform has attracted some of the worst actors on the internet. Sexual abuse, exploitation, violence. The worst accusations? Child sexual abuse material. When platforms become this lucrative, unscrupulous people see opportunity. This is what happens when social media and the sex industry collide in unprecedented ways. So here's the tension. As they aim to clean up their act and potentially put a multi-billion-dollar sale on the table, OnlyFans faces obstacles that could destroy everything. Financial opacity, content moderation nightmares, and a reputation that won't quit. While the platform is legal, financial institutions are terrified of them. Banks in general are wary of being in business with adult content. Which raises the ultimate question. Can OnlyFans become the Netflix of the creator economy? Or is it destined to remain the world's biggest porn empire? To understand where OnlyFans is going, we need to understand where it came from. The story of OnlyFans is still shrouded in mystery. We know OnlyFans was founded by Tim Stokely in 2016. We know he sold a majority stake to investor Leo Radvinsky in 2018. Since then, Radvinsky has been the majority shareholder, and this is where it gets interesting. Meet Leo Radvinsky, engineer, entrepreneur, billionaire. He doesn't do interviews. He avoids the spotlight. But what we do know paints a fascinating picture. He got his start running cam sites in the early 2000s, which means he understood this world long before OnlyFans existed. The dividends he pulls from OnlyFans are extraordinary. He's become a billionaire off this site, quietly, in the shadows, while the platform explodes into mainstream consciousness. And here's what's remarkable about the business model. They say very little about how it actually works. What we've pieced together is this. Their net revenue sits between 1.2 and 1.4 billion. And their profit is about half that, a 50% margin. That's pretty much unheard of in tech. But other than that, we don't know much. However, the money-making mechanism is brilliantly simple. OnlyFans takes a percentage of what fans directly pay their favorite creators. Think about the difference here. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. These are all advertising-built businesses. Advertising requires you to appeal to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. But on OnlyFans, you can make serious money charging 2,000 people or 5,000 people the right amount. OnlyFans opened up a whole new economic model for content creators to charge their most passionate fans directly for access. Meet Addis Foosh, a Virgo, an adult performer, and one of the millions whose livelihood now depends on OnlyFans. First and foremost, I'm a Virgo, but also I'm an adult performer, she says. A solid half of her income comes from OnlyFans. Watch how it works in real time. Someone's buying messages for sexting, then they send a little tip. My journey into adult content actually started with OnlyFans. I joined after the pandemic. I thought it was really appealing and really cool and really accessible to me, so I thought, why not try it? And here we are 3 years later. What Addis represents is bigger than just one creator's success story. OnlyFans has democratized who gets to be a porn star and who gets to monetize their sexuality. For decades, that power sat with studios, producers, gatekeepers. Now, anyone with a phone and an internet connection can build their own empire. Sure, we all know sex sells, and it's made OnlyFans a very successful company. But the money isn't the whole story. When OnlyFans tried to sell itself earlier this year, they were asking for $8 billion. That's about the value of the recent Paramount and Skydance merger. But anybody who's sold anything knows your asking price, and what you actually sell for can be very different things. There's no big public bidding process happening yet, so whether the platform would actually be attractive to an acquirer at that price remains a mystery. Here's what's at stake. The company's true value could hinge entirely on whether they can move beyond their roots. If they become a site that anyone and everyone uses to sell subscriptions, it opens them up to a much bigger market. It also makes it infinitely easier to do deals with traditional financial institutions, which is why mainstream creators and celebrities are increasingly joining OnlyFans, some using a body-positive approach to make the platform work for them. But while OnlyFans chases legitimacy, creators are fleeing broken industries for survival. Listen to this musician's reality. I am making more money from a handful of fans on OnlyFans versus the millions of fans I have worldwide listening to my music. Think about that. Millions of streams, but a handful of OnlyFans subscribers pay more. The math is brutal. The cost of touring has gone up drastically, yet musicians' wages haven't. Bands are finding themselves unable to afford going on tour. Here I am outside the Spotify building. Pay your artists fairly. You're unethical. The streamers and the major labels are stealing from artists. Her song Foundations has over 100 million streams. You'd think I'd be a millionaire. I'm not. That's because Spotify pays between 0.003 and 0.005 cents per stream. You'd need around 500,000 streams per month just to make US minimum wage, and that's before label cuts, management fees, and publishing splits. The system is broken, so she did something radical. I play shows and I wear clothes that might be revealing. I'm used to being exposed. I use my body as part of my work, as part of entertainment quite a lot, and I thought it would be quite fun to start an OnlyFans account on the first day of the tour and call it Butts for Tour Buses and sell pictures of my bum and just see what happens. She caused a media frenzy. It's an exploitative industry that's making it harder for anyone to do music, and I think that's wrong, and that's why I'm selling pictures of my bum. Feeling cut out of mainstream industries is driving all kinds of creators to take the leap. 3, 2, 1. Meet Ellie Smart, professional cliff diver. For her, OnlyFans isn't about adult content at all. I rely on OnlyFans for over 50% of my income right now. There's not always a lot of money in these small niche sports. For niche athletes, it's the only way to stay in their sport. Exploring different ways to make side income is very, very important. A lot of my content was being taken and shared across so many platforms, but I didn't see any money or any results from those videos being shared. That led me to OnlyFans. Content like Ellie's plays directly into the pivot OnlyFans is desperately trying to make. They've been pushing hard into personal trainers, chefs, stand-up comedians, safe-for-work content. They launched something called OnlyFans TV, which is supposed to be entirely safe for work. Hi OFTV. The pivot they're attempting is the same one they've been attempting for 3 or 4 years. We are not just porn. OFTV was supposed to offer more Hollywood-like programming. But here's the problem. It remains completely unclear how popular any of this actually is. Despite the OFTV launch, despite the mainstream creator push, we know the truth. Most of their content is still adult content. And with that comes a reputation that might be impossible to shake. The popularity of OnlyFans has reduced some of the stigma around sex work and nude modeling, but it's definitely still there. We're teachers by day and OnlyFans stars by night. Listen to Ellie's perspective. I personally don't do any nudity or porn or anything like that, but as a professional athlete, I'm literally in a swimsuit all the time. I'm already pretty much naked. How silly is that? You can post it on one place for free and it's totally okay, but then society has a different opinion when you post it and actually profit off your hard work? The reality? I don't think the stigma is necessarily gone. I think there are just more people making more money despite the stigma. You just have to push past it. However, stigma isn't OnlyFans' only problem. The company has serious reputational challenges, which is exactly why raising outside capital has been nearly impossible. There's already uneasiness in some circles with the very notion of pornography, but then you fold in all the things that may be happening on the platform that investors aren't aware of, things you might not even find out until after you own it. And that's terrifying for potential buyers, because due diligence could unearth the serious allegations that have been made about OnlyFans in the past. The BBC and Reuters have conducted extensive investigations into issues on the platform. Child sexual abuse material, non-consensual videos appearing on the site, police reports where women said their rapes were broadcast on OnlyFans. OnlyFans is being used by children. Children are being blackmailed and exploited. OnlyFans claims they go above and beyond what many other social media platforms do in terms of content moderation. We review every single piece of content, but the numbers tell a different story. A 2024 report attributed 352 child exploitation reports to OnlyFans. They were also fined over £1 million for age verification failures. OnlyFans accepted the findings and changed their policy. So OnlyFans has everything at stake here, making sure none of the content is illegal, that it all meets their standards. This is existential for them. And to be fair, they do have a process in place, and it's actually pretty rigorous. When you set up a creator account, you need proof of identity, a driver's license, a selfie holding that license, your social security number. You have to do periodic selfie check-ins to prove you're still who you say you are. For creators like Addis, this brings control. What I really like about OnlyFans is I'm in complete control. There's a broader conversation happening too. It would be great if people could have less shame and support people creating their own content. I don't think OnlyFans needs to hide what it is. It's creating great livelihoods for millions of people around the world. Some see a bright future ahead. I think they're only going to continue to grow and become a really big media empire. Despite everything, OnlyFans is a massive part of the creator economy and prints money for its owner. The business is wildly profitable and sustainable for the foreseeable future. But here's the final paradox. OnlyFans isn't just an adult platform. It's a mirror of the entire creator economy. The democratization of content, the exploitation that comes with new technology, the collapse of traditional industries, and the tension between profit and principles. OnlyFans is the future, the controversy, and the reality of what happens when creators control their own money. Whether they can escape what made them successful remains unanswered. But one thing is certain, they've already changed the game forever, and we're all just watching what happens next.